Welcome to Daily Gossip. You will get daily Hollywood and wrestling updates here. Remember to subscribe for the latest videos. Today, we dive deep into a WWE dream match that has the entire wrestling world buzzing. Tommy Dreamer's bold vision. Rhea Ripley vs. Stephanie Vaquer. This isn't just fantasy booking. It's a battle of legacies, styles, and powerhouses. Let's break down why this dream match could change the course of women's wrestling forever. In the high-octane, emotionally charged world of professional wrestling, dream matches come and go, teased by fans, fantasy booked on social media, and whispered about backstage. But sometimes, just sometimes, a dream match emerges that feels so real, so possible, and so explosive that the very mention of it shakes the wrestling community to its core. This is one of those moments when Tommy Dreamer, ECW legend and a man who has seen it all in the squared circle, publicly stated that he wants to see a match between Rhea Ripley and Stephanie Vaquer. He didn't just start a conversation, he ignited a wildfire, speaking passionately on Busted Open Radio. Dreamer praised both women, calling the match a potential war of styles, charisma, and global appeal. But why did his statement hit so hard? Why now? Why these two women? To understand the gravity of this, we must first explore who these warriors truly are. Rhea Ripley, born Demi Bennett, is already a legend in the making. With her striking presence, goth metal energy, and unrelenting power, she has completely transformed the perception of what a WWE Women's Champion can be. A mainstay in Judgment Day, Rhea has crushed everyone in her path. Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax. She's not just dominant, she's revolutionary. She represents a darker, more violent, more unapologetic version of femininity in wrestling. A woman who doesn't ask for respect. She demands it with every spine-shattering slam and cold stare. Now enter Stephanie Vaquer, the Chilean sensation, the international phenom, and arguably one of the most technically gifted wrestlers to emerge from Latin America in recent memory. Stephanie made waves in CMLL and NJPW with her hybrid style of lucha libre and Japanese strong style, captivating crowds with her fluidity, her fire, and her fearlessness. When WWE confirmed her arrival to Raw, fans of indie wrestling and international promotions rejoiced. This was no rookie. This was a proven warrior stepping onto the biggest stage of all, and Tommy Dreamer saw the storm coming. In his words, Vaquer is a future babyface megastar, and someone who could go toe-to-toe with Rhea Ripley in what could only be described as a battle of titans. And he's not wrong. Picture it. Stephanie's speed, technique, and passion clashing with Rhea's power, brutality, and mind games. That's not just a match. That's a movement. But what would make this clash truly legendary? Let's start with the cultural significance. Stephanie Vaquer represents the rising power of Latin American wrestling talent, breaking into WWE with authenticity and respect. She's not being repackaged. She's not being filtered. She's coming in with her name, her identity, and her style. That's rare. That's powerful. WWE has long been criticized for erasing international personas, but not this time. With Vaquer, they seem ready to elevate the real deal. On the other hand, Rhea Ripley symbolizes WWE's new era of dominance, where women are no longer sideshows or divas. They're the main event. She's brutal, magnetic, and unflinching. She's not here to smile or pose. She's here to destroy, and the WWE Universe loves her for it. Imagine the pop when these two finally come face to face. The lights dim, the crowd roars. Stephanie's music hits first. her eyes burning with pride and hunger. Then Rhea's theme drops. Dark, brooding, electric. The Judgment Day emblem pulses on the screen. The energy is seismic. But this story goes deeper than entrances and promos. It's about what happens in the ring. Stephanie is fast, calculated, and technical. She transitions submissions with silky smoothness. She flies, but not recklessly. She hits hard, but smart. She's the type of wrestler who dissects her opponent piece by piece. Rhea, meanwhile, brings an avalanche of offense. She can lift nearly anyone. Her riptide finisher is a message to every woman in WWE. You're not safe. When these styles collide, fans won't be watching just another women's match. They'll be witnessing two philosophies of wrestling, two legacies, and two continents clashing in a ring that suddenly feels too small for all that power. Tommy Dreamer's dream is more than just a fantasy. It's a potential turning point in WWE's women's division. With Stephanie Vaquer's recent main roster call-up to Raw, the stage is already halfway set. Rhea is the established queen. Stephanie is the incoming storm. This isn't just fresh, it's historic. Let's talk possible storylines. Can you imagine the build-up? Stephanie arrives on Raw, humble but confident. She picks up a few key victories, maybe even against someone like Shayna Baszler or Piper Niven. Rhea watches from afar, unimpressed. Judgment Day sends a message. Dominic Mysterio mocks Stephanie's tiny following compared to Rhea's dominance. Stephanie doesn't respond with words. She responds with victories. She goes on a tear. The fans start chanting her name louder every week. And then, backstage, they meet. One cold stare. No words. The crowd eats it up. Eventually the match is set. Rhea Ripley versus Stephanie Vaquer at SummerSlam. The future versus the reigning queen. Power versus precision. Australia versus Chile. Judgment Day versus the world. But who wins? That's the magic of this dream match. No clear winner. No obvious script. Both women are capable of stealing the show. But more importantly, both women elevate each other. That's what real rivalries do. They bring out the best. Think Trish versus Lita. Becky versus Charlotte. Sasha versus Bayley. Now imagine adding Ripley versus Vaquer to that list. Tommy Dreamer has always had an eye for raw, real talent, and with this statement, he's shined a spotlight on what could be WWE's next iconic women's rivalry. A rivalry not just about gold, but about identity, pride, and legacy. This dream match isn't just about two wrestlers. It's about every fan who has waited to see wrestling evolve beyond borders, beyond stereotypes, and beyond the predictable. Stephanie Vaquer and Rhea Ripley are the embodiment of what women's wrestling should be. Bold, brutal, brilliant, and believable. So here's the real question. Is WWE brave enough to book it? Because the fans are ready. The locker room is watching. And Dreamer has spoken. In a world where women's wrestling still fights for consistent main event treatment, this match could be the earthquake that finally shifts everything. It's not about booking for shock. It's about booking for legacy. Rhea Ripley has proven she can carry Raw on her shoulders. Stephanie Vaquer has proven she can wow the world with nothing but grit and passion. Together, they could create a moment that defines an era. Let's make dreamers dream real. If you enjoyed this deep dive into what could be WWE's next great rivalry, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Daily Gossip. We bring you wrestling updates, celebrity stories, and the emotional truth behind every headline. Comment below, do you want to see Rhea Ripley for Stephanie Vaquer. And who do you think would win?